What's up guys, Pijat here. I was very surprised by this build durability. Even I can tank the Uber bosses if I want to. Also, the damage is so good. You can delete any non-Uber content under a few seconds if the boss fight doesn't have any phases. The mapping is really safe and we don't have any problem with the new Archnemesis modifiers. On the defensive side, we have so many things. Firstly, we have really high life pool and almost 1k life regen per second, determination and molten shell combo for the physical damage reduction. Because of that, we were using as our panic button while molten shell. When this is active, we almost immortal for the duration. For even more duration, we linked increased duration to these skills, so we can use this almost for 20 seconds, which is plenty of time to do the boss mechanics or just search a safe zone to recover. Speaking of physical damage, 5 endurance charges for even more damage reduction, so we easily hitting the 90% physical damage reduction cap even against bosses. To complete our holy trinity, we adding to our build a banner. And you guessed right, Defiance banner for the increased armor and evasion rating. Ignite immunity because we choose Chieftain as our Ascendancy. For even more defenses, I upgraded my Pantheon to get freeze immunity. Also, we reducing the effect of shield by 50%. And I'm using a minor Pantheon to reduce the shock effectiveness by 60%. It's important to get these immunities in the current patch because all the monsters could shock, freeze or ignite us. Now we almost can't be touched by physical attacks. Only danger left for us is the spell damage, but we have a solution for this. Using spell suppression on gear, which is preventing half of the spell damage when we taking spell damage. We also taking 20% of physical damage as fire damage, which is making us even more tankier against physical damage. This is a trap build, so we can preload our damage, so we can burst down the bosses in the first few seconds, using a specific body armor to boost our damage, namely Skin of the Loyal. If you not use this item before, we can only socket inside corrupted gems and you can't modify the socket colors for the exchange. It will increase the level of the socketed gems. Also, it comes with a really good thing, and that is, you can get a keystone from your tree without allocating it. For example, on my chest I have iron wheels, so I don't have to travel there. With this chest we can boost our fire trap level to the moon, so we reach the magic number, level 30, which is huge boost to our damage, and we don't even using level 4 empower, so it can be more if you want to invest to damage. We add an extra aura in our build by using the divine blessing gem, and we linked to life trap support, so we don't have to worry about the mana reservation or the mana cost, just need to be cast once in a while. Using free minimum frenzy charge craft to boost our damage and cost speed, but the cost speed not really helping us with the traps, but it comes in handy for our flame dash. First of all, I would like if you hit the like button like the shaper hitting the elder, so it can start spread to more people. Thank you! Before we continue, I want to give you a few tips for crafting this gear, because if you plug in a few pieces of gear on the trade site, maybe you will discover it will be expensive to buy. I'm used harvest on every single gear. I just bought the bases for a few chaos and then spammed reforge on the gear till I got what I want. Literally every type of reforge, like life, defense and so on. I took all the harvest node on Atlas and almost blocked all the rest of the league mechanic except expedition. But of course, if you have the money to burn, just buy the gear. All the bases needs to evasion and armor hybrid. You need a weapon with +1 to all fire spell skill gem modifier. You could try to buy one like this, but it will be expensive. But don't worry, I have a tip for you. Try to buy one with the fractured mod, this yellow line, and spam spell damage essences till you get a fire damage or regular overtime multiplier. And that's it. If you get lucky, you can craft the missing mod, but if you don't have the empty affixes, don't worry about too much. The stats you're looking for on the weapon is the following: +1 to all fire spell skill gem, spell damage, fire regular overtime multiplier. On your amulet, you need +1 to fire skill gems to increase your damage, and you need attributes, because sadly our marauder is not too smart, so we need int, dexterity and strength on our gear where is possible to fulfill the attributes requirements. On your rings and amulet, you need minimum frenzy charge craft, which is coming from the betray mechanic when unveiling rings or amulets, and you need an open suffix for this craft. Our anointment is Ash, Frost and Storm. If you have a more currency, you can anoint instead Snowforge, which is almost the same as the first, but it's a little bit more damage. The following implicits you can craft with Eldritch currency. Spam tier you get the following. On your gloves you need fire explosion or hit because our damage is pure fire, so this is big boost for us. Trap throwing speed. This is functioning like cast speed for casters. You can take fire damage overtime multiplier here, but I prefer the speed because if you have less trap throwing speed you will feel the skill clunky because of the animation. On your helmet, while there is a pinnacle boss in your presence, you gain increased spell damage. The other mod is we looking for flammability curse effect because we using flammability to lower the fire resistance of the boss. You need a helm enchantment, increased fire trap burning damage. On your boots, the important is drop Scorch Ground for a few seconds. This will increase the elemental damage the boss take if they standing on it. The other mod is up to you. There is a few good implicits. I choose life regen per endurance charges, but there is other options you can use, like increased action speed, traverse skill cooldown recovery rate. You can use boots enchantment if you get lucky. The really good is the life regen if you take a hit recently, but sadly I didn't get it, so I can't use it. Few crafts you need in this build. On your jewelry, you need minimum frenzy charge craft, coming from the betray mechanic when unveiling rings and amulets. You need the open suffix for this craft. On your blade, you need trap throwing speed. This is functioning like cast speed for casters. This is also comes from the betray mechanic. I just want to highlight a few things on the passive tree that you need for the build. Using a timeless jewel, namely Lethal Pride, because this could give us burning damage, strength and physical damage taken as fire. Don't worry, I will set these things in the path of building for you so you can check. But if you didn't find any good jewel or you don't want to be bothered with this, you can use a rare jewel instead of this. The stats you're looking for on the jewel is life, fire damage over multiplier and other useful stats like resistance or attributes if you need it. Maybe you will find expensive jewels, but I have a tip for you. You can switch out the fire damage over time multiplier to regular damage over time multiplier and you get less expensive jewel. But of course, depends on the market. Sadly, the league slowly bleeding out players, so the supply is lowering over time. We're taking Chieftain as our Ascendancy, and the points order are the following. First lab, you take Valako Storm's Embrace, because when we complete this, we have access to instant Warcry Keystone, Call to Arms, so we can generate Endurance Charge anytime. Second lab, I take Ramako Sunslight, good for early damage. Third lab, Tassalio Cleansing Water. We take this as of choice because it gives fire resistance, so you can free up the fire resistance on your gear for useful stats. Uberlab, we take Hinekora Death's Fury. It gives us the ability to cover enemies in ash. Gem and Gemling, starting with the main skill, Fire Trap and Power Support. I'm used level 3, but you can use level 4 if you want or you have the money. Life Tap Support, really important to able to cast our spells because we are reserving all of our mana. Awaken burning damage, you need at least level 3 to be able to get the +1 to supported fire skill gems, combustion support, trap and mind damage support. All of your gems needs to be corrupted, don't forget, otherwise you can't socket in body armor. In our weapon, we're socketing Enduring Cry with Lifestep support. I binded the Enduring Cry on my left click because we have instant Warcry node on the tree, Call to Arms, so we can generate endurance charges anytime when it comes back. Just like that. The last support gem is Anomalous Flammability. Really important to get this quality because it has +5 to maximum doom in our shield, Divine Blessing support, Zealotry, and life tap support to able to cast the aura. In our helmet or defensive setup, Molten Shell with life tap support, cast when damage taken, and increased duration. The Molten Shell needs to be level 7 and the cast when damage taken support needs to be level 1, otherwise your links will not functioning. In our boots, Summon Skitter bots, Arcane Surge support, Flame Dash, and Awakened Unbound Element support because it will increase the chill and shock effect of our Skitterbots. In our gloves we're socketing Malevolence Enlighten Support, Determination, and Defiance Bonner. If you don't have the money for the Enlighten Support, you can unsocketting this and unsocket the Awakened Unbound Elements, and you will able to cast all of your auras, and you still have mana to cast your Flame Dash. I hope you enjoyed this video about Fire Trap Chieftain. If you have any question, please leave a comments below under the comment section. Thanks for watching guys, and see you next time.